My name is Elizabeth, but everyone calls me Evie, and I've decided to start a YouTube channel. Why have I decided to start a YouTube channel? Well, it's been the past, I guess maybe nearly 6 months where I've really focused on what I've been eating and putting into my body. I've kind of been sticking to a whole food, plant-based diet or food. I don't consider it a diet, you know, where I'm trying to lose weight, but all I'm doing is watching and considering what I put into my body. How did this start? So my boyfriend and I, we traveled around the world for about 2 years, and one of the countries that we went to was Brazil, and we volunteered at this wellness empowerment center, and the food that we received happened to be what people would call vegan. So we were mainly eating fresh fruit, veggies, grains, beans, chickpeas. We lived in a small fisherman's village, and sometimes the fishermen would give us massive fish and we would cook it on a barbecue. So in that sense, it wasn't typically a vegan diet. Kel, my boyfriend, sort of didn't consider a meal to be a meal without meat. We went to Nepal, and the food that we were eating there was only vegetarian, and Kel realized how delicious and full you can be on a vegetarian diet. So when we were in Brazil, I used this time to monitor my body and see how I felt, and we were there for 2.5 months, and before that we had been in Iceland and the Faroe Islands for about 5 months, and I had really put on a lot of weight. I was basically packing on the food to pack on my blubber, to hunker down in the warmth and be, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but basically it felt like my body was going into survival mode, and I was eating so that I could stay warm for the winter, and that's what I did. And during this time in Brazil, the weight was starting to drop off, and it was only in 2.5 months, and I wasn't exercising heavily, and in my mind I did know that food is an important part of weight loss and keeping fit and that sort of thing, but not to the extent that I know how big food is in being healthy and being what I thought fit. So food plays a massive role. During that diet, there were a couple of things that I noticed. So I already said that the weight was starting to drop off. Everyone was having a faster digestion, so people were going to the toilet more, so that just meant, you know, there was less time with food being processed and digested by the stomach and intestines and everything to work its way down and out. The other thing was I had a lot of energy, but it wasn't until we left that place in Brazil and went to another place where we stayed with a friend of ours and their family, and his mother cooked us beautiful food, but we again had meat and we had rice and we had bread, and it was actually amazing, the contrast from going to eating meat again and bread and kind of heavy foods. Instantly we felt slower and sluggish, and we could feel the food, you know, taking its time to work its way down, and we didn't feel as light and have as much energy as we did. So that made me really make the decision that when we came back home to Sydney that I wanted to continue with this. So it's been 5 months since we've been back in Australia, and I think I did eat meat once or twice in the first couple of weeks of being home, but after that I haven't, and I also haven't had any dairy products either. So I haven't had cheese, I haven't had milk, but I am in no way eating a boring, tasteless meal plan, whatever. I'm definitely eating the biggest range of food that I can. I know not everyone likes cooking, but hopefully with this channel I can share some recipes and things that I've come across that save time, that can help you save time. Since being back in Australia and since eating this way, many people have had lots of questions and have been sort of wondering, oh, how does she do that? Or she must spend the whole day cooking for one little meal, or must be bored, must just eat salad all day. And I definitely don't do that. So hopefully with future videos I can pass on some little tips that I do and that I've learned from other people and can pass on to you. People also say that it's really expensive, or that it would be really expensive to eat this way, and I can tell you that it's not. and with some planning, just a tiny bit of planning, you can really save money, and you actually can realize that meat is quite expensive. And if you're eating a wide range of food, chickpeas, beans, lentils, some grains, and lots of veggies, then it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. And also, if you buy what's in season being produced readily, then that also saves money too. Okay, so I'll show you my ingredients for my usual breakfast during the week. First we have almond and coconut milk, chia seeds and quinoa flakes. Now chia and quinoa flakes can sometimes be expensive, so you've really got to watch the sales and buy when you can. And chia seeds, you should also have a look at prices between Coles and Aldi. So this is a 500-gram pack and it was on sale for $8, and they go a long way, so don't be afraid that it's going to cost so much, because they're going to go slowly. That's the same with quinoa flakes. This was $10 for a 500-gram pack, but for the amount that I use each day, it really lasts a long time. Quinoa flakes are a really good source of protein. Here you can see there's 10 servings per pack. We would use less than 10. In a 5-gram serving, you're gonna get 6 grams of protein. So that's quite a lot. So chia are a good source of magnesium, omega-3, fiber, and protein. They've got 3 grams in the serving that they recommended. Omega-3 and omega-6.
It was hidden in the shadow of your eyes. And tell me why does my heart break when I see your face? You have made your decision, put me in my place, and the eyes have been hiding, taking up your space. Tell me why does my heart burn this way when I see your face?
The chia seeds are now going to soak, and they're going to absorb the liquid, and they're going to become a bit more jelly-like and expand. I don't know exactly, but I know they expand like 6 times the size, something like that. Soon this mixture will become kind of like a soggy oats porridge consistency. That's the way I love it. Now I eat my breakfast at work because when I wake up I'm just not hungry, so I don't want to force food if I'm not hungry to eat. So what I do when I get to work is I empty the jar into a bowl, or you can keep it in the jar, eat it from the jar. But it's winter here, and so what I've been doing is putting it in the bowl, warming it up for 30 seconds in the microwave, and then chopping it with a banana on top, some cinnamon if I want to put some cinnamon too, but you don't even need that. You can literally just eat the chia and the quinoa flakes and the coconut and almond milk. So I think that literally took 30 seconds to put together, and now all I'm going to do is put it in the fridge, and it's just going to absorb all the liquid, and then in the morning I'll just put it in my bag and take it to work, and that's breakfast done.
See your face when I see your face.
I really didn't organize that video very well. I kept chopping and changing and adding things that I wanted to say, but it's my first time, so please be nice. I will also add that my hair is crazy, but I've just signed up to a vegan nutrition course to be vegan nutritionist, and I'm really excited. Okay, so that's all from me. Hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching. From the places we've been, never open hiding.